Nice. Hello and welcome. My name is Andy and today I will be painting a couple of apples. As you can see, I've already done the underpainting, which is just raw umber thinned out with some solvent. And right now I'm applying another layer on top of that, also just thinned out paint. And these colors are just an approximation of what I see, and they get rid of all the white and just give me a better context. As usual, I'm using a fairly limited palette, and I'll put the colors down below in the description box for those of you who want to know which colors I'm using. Quick disclaimer, this is not a tutorial, I'm just sharing my process. And I'm also still learning. I just started painting in December 2022, so a little over a year now. And before I was painting digitally, so it's a totally different animal. Anyway, I'm starting from dark to light, which is a pretty common technique. And I'm starting on the left apple because I'm right-handed, so I'm gonna work from left to right. And obviously the apples are the most important thing in this painting, so that's what I start with while I'm still fresh. And I'm trying to paint it as if this was the final layer, but in the back of my mind I know that many layers will follow after this. And now we finally arrive at the main focal point, the apple in the middle. And they are both green apples, but this one reflects a lot of the red cloth on the bottom. And again, I'm going from dark to light. And even though on the surface we have a red cloth and green apples, there's still a lot going on when it comes to light, because red light crossing with green light forms yellow when it comes to light, obviously. But when it's paint, it's subtractive, so if you mix red and green in paint, it becomes gray. But with light, it's additive, so that becomes yellow. And I didn't put any complementary colors in places where I didn't see them, just to create some interest or anything. I just paint what I saw. So what I mean is, the complementary color of red is green, so I could easily put some green in here, in this cloth I'm painting right now. But I didn't, I just painted what I saw and didn't alter it. Which is kind of a shame because it makes things more interesting. But anyway, this time I just didn't feel like it. I totally rushed through this cloth, it wasn't as smooth as I wanted it to be. And some days you just paint even when you don't want to, so that's why. So in this section I am putting down some greens in the shadows later, because the apple just reflects that hard, but it wasn't because I wanted to use a complementary color. But I thought, okay, first I'm gonna paint the dark shadow, and then on another layer I'll paint some color into it, some green. Or some yellow because of the additive lighting. And over here I let the whole thing dry and I'm applying another layer, following the same process from dark to light. And to be honest, the whole journey, the whole oil painting journey, hasn't so much been about developing technique, but more about developing patience, really. Patience. Because the whole time I'm painting this, I'm already eager to start a new painting, and I'm reluctant to finish this, so sometimes I start rushing through. I mean, that's pretty common, I suppose. And I wouldn't even call it finishing fatigue, really. Some sort of other fatigue. Granted, the subject matter isn't the most exciting thing in the world, but hey, apples taste good. I really wanted to do this as an exercise because I started out with difficult paintings and I felt like I kind of skipped the basics, so I went back to the basics. And I could have done this in a couple of hours with a hog hair brush, just as an exercise as well, but that wasn't the effect I was hoping to get. So I really wanted something more smooth and academic. The thing with the cloth was that I was using a couple of opaque pigments like titanium white and cadmium red, but I was also mixing in quinacridone rose, which is a transparent paint. As a result, the mixtures became really transparent and you could easily see the first wash I did, the color wash. Oh, over here I'm applying the color, right? And it looks green, but it's actually a dark yellow. Anyway, as I was saying, the mixture of the paint on the cloth was way too transparent, so I could easily see the first wash coming through beneath it, the first color wash I did. And that wash wasn't smooth at all, it was really chunky, and that really messed up the whole thing. So now I let it dry for a couple of weeks on the heating of the house. And now it's time to bring back the colors with retouch varnish. Nice. If you like this video, please subscribe or comment or like. I would really appreciate it. You can also find my socials on my website. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.